Week time.
Say shit. What's the deal? What's the deal, man? We are back for Smoke Sessions number 4. Yo, man. This is your boy Big Ruck.
Brother Jam.
And your boy Bishop. Low C Low over here.
And we are the Daily Smoke. Man, I'm loving it, dog. We getting good response too, man.
Yes, definitely. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying that.
definitely, man. I can't wait to see what happens in the future, bro.
So how you been, man?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been good, man. You know, we don't really do no serious talk on here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I've been good. I've been trying to get back on track, man. I've been real unfocused for since around Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The holidays will do that to you, though, man.
Yeah. And plus, I got sick around that time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. You know, when you have a routine where you eat right, you working out every day like you're supposed to, you're on that regimen. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you meant.
When something bump you off, it'd be hard as hell
to get back
on track, man. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. So for the past week, I've been pretty consistent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So usually when I can make it past that first week, I'm good. You know.
That's what I was just gonna say. For me, and I'm actually trying to do that right now. Is the way that I found, at least for me, that what works is helping me get back onto that track.
Yeah.
Is I'll set like a short-term goal for myself. Okay, I'm gonna do this for a week.
Yeah.
You know, and then then that week comes and if you've been consistent with it, okay, I'm gonna do it for one more week or 2 more weeks.
Right.
You know, and then you push it out to a month. Next thing you know, it's your regular routine again because you just gotten back into the habit.
Yeah.
But it takes those little short-term goals for me to help get
Yeah.
me over that hump of getting going. Because you just have to build up enough momentum, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you know, people talk about physics and stuff like it's, you know, just science, but that shit applies to life too.
That's
a thing
true.
that
That's
is in motion tends to stay in motion. If you are making progress and moving towards your goals, then it's easier to move towards your goals.
Right.
Versus when you're trying to start from being completely still and stagnant, you know, it really makes a difference. So you have to try to give yourself room to be able to improve.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I've had to learn.
You know what though, man? I gotta say this and then I want to get off the serious shit.
Okay, come on.
But since I want to say 2019, I've always been a person, you know, ups and downs. You work out, you're good, you eating right, you know, and then you fall off. You know, you get back on, you fall off, right? I've been that type of person consistently. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, I'm not like I'll work out for a long period of time. You know, could be like almost a year straight, and then I'll fall off. Something will happen. You know what I'm saying? But I think this last time since the end of 1999, I mean 2019.
1999.
I have been really, really disciplined.
Yeah.
Like extremely disciplined, more than I have ever been in my life. And I think I was operating because of that discipline on such a high plateau that when I fell off this time, and the length of time that it's been, because it's been over a month now, you know what I'm saying? I can feel the difference. And I don't just mean physically, mentally, physically, everything.
I will say this, and you know, a few years ago, I went through a phase where I lost a lot of weight, was working out on a consistent basis, doing all that stuff, eating right, like you said. And I noticed too, during that time, it's like my thoughts were clearer.
That's right,
my
man.
mind was easier to focus. I slept better.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
all of those things really come into play, and
That's
so
right.
you really kind of get to a point where you're operating on a level that's way above what you operate on when you're
right.
not taking care of yourself.
That's right.
You know, and people really like to discount the concept of like self-care and all that's just, you know, modern, you know, talk for pampering yourself.
Right.
But really, self-care can mean something as basic as going for a walk,
Yeah.
giving your body a little exercise, clearing your mind, getting some fresh air.
That's right.
Those things, drinking enough water, those things alone can really make a difference in just how
That's
you
right, man.
think and how you operate on a day-to-day basis. You having trouble sleeping? Go for a walk. Serious.
Yeah.
People discount something as simple as taking a walk around their neighborhood. You having trouble sleeping, you get home from work, you go for a walk, and I guarantee you're going to sleep better that night than you slept in months.
Yeah. And if you're having trouble sleeping too, first thing, make sure you de-stress. And I know that sounds hard, but people gotta learn to just let shit go. You cannot worry and stress about shit
Man.
24 hours a day, because you cannot. Listen, if you got bills to pay and you worried about those bills, right? Unless you're out there at night hustling, trying to get money, after a certain point when you can't pay those bills, it makes absolutely no sense to stress about that shit for the whole rest of that night, because there's nothing you can do about it. Even if all of the money that you wanted appeared on the table right then and there is nothing you can do about those bills at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People got to learn to detach. That right there is one of the healthiest things that you can do. Learn to detach for a minute. Get away from shit.
Yeah.
Don't let nothing stress you. Do some shit that you like. If it's goofy, that's all the more better. Whatever the fuck it is. Do some shit that de-stresses you, that gets your mind disconnected from the rest of the world's bullshit.
And see, I used to be real hard on myself for the time that I spend on social media. Because I like scrolling through, Instagram and TikTok, those kind of things. You can get a little bit of entertainment. You can get a little, depending on the people you follow, you might get some knowledge,
Right.
Things like that. But I used to beat myself up for that. But then I realized, in a very real way, for me, it's different, but it's like playing video games. It's relaxing. It gets my mind off of stuff for a few minutes, and then usually once I might scroll. Say if I'm, if I don't have anything else pressing to do. Say I scroll through my phone for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, but then when I get off of that, I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
Then I deal with whatever else I got to deal with, handle whatever else I need to handle, and now I'm a little bit clearer, I'm a little bit calmer, I'm not stressed.
Right.
Because I've taken a minute to give myself to do something that I enjoy,
Right.
just for the sake of enjoying it,
Right.
And so you have to find ways to work that kind of stuff into your day, because if you don't, like you said, you're going to be stressed out, and dying of heart attack and high blood pressure at an early age, man.
And see, that's the key thing about that is you can eat right, you can take care of yourself physically, do all of those things, but if you stay stressed out, it's not gonna matter. It's not going. You may last a little bit longer because of it, but it's still gonna take you down.
Yeah,
man.
stress is
keep
biggest
stress
killer.
out your life.
Yeah, man.
Stress is the biggest killer.
Please stay away from it. And one of the best ways to de-stress:
Fishing.
video games, movies, music,
Fishing.
all of the shit that we talk about on Smoke Session.
Man, that's why we do this, y'all.
Exactly.
That's why we do this. In case you didn't know, this is our relaxation.
Yes.
We
And
talk
we
about
hope
the more serious topics on the live shows,
Yes.
but when you want to just kind of relax and have some fun, this is the kind of conversations that we have.
Yes.
So,
And listen, there's gonna come a day really soon, because I still have a Tyco Night Glow racetrack set, right? So I'm gonna bring that on, and we're gonna race, and we're gonna put it on. We're gonna let y'all see us race, and I'm gonna tat his ass up on that racetrack.
man, do you know how long it's been?
I know.
Okay, when we doing this,
Hey, soon, man. I just gotta go clean the track up, because
Man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't used it in a few years,
dude,
man.
I haven't played with one of those in so damn long, man. I used to know, like, my cousin had shown me when I was a kid there was something you could do with magnets and the motors in those little cars. And if you set it up the right way, you could make the car go way faster than it normally would.
Yeah,
and he showed me
my play brother. Remember the one we was talking about? I was telling you he lived down the street and he used to have all of the funkadelic shit in his home.
Yes.
So he used to have a whole bunch of Tyco shit, right?
Yeah.
And he knew how to do that shit back then.
Yeah. Okay.
This was, I'm like a young dude. You
Right,
know what
right.
I'm saying? 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He knew how to do that shit back then, man. So that's what got me into Tyco and all of that.
See, when I was probably about 5 or 6 when me and my brother used to have like racetracks and stuff like that. And like I said, my cousin came over one time and he saw me and my brother race, and my brother was beating me, and he was like, "Let me show you something."
Yeah.
You know, later on he was like, "Let me show you something." And so he showed me how to do it. And once I knew that,
yeah, man.
I used to beat my brother so much that he got mad and broke our track. So he was pissed, and but we were kids, so throw a little temper tantrum. That's what happens.
I'm not gonna lie, mine actually in the most recent when I'm getting kind of stressed out because I have so many transformers. Because I have them already transformed. Let me just retransform them, bring them back. Because I think the one that took me the longest to get Megatron.
Oh yeah, I remember your Megatron. Yeah.
I finally got into the gun form. I was like, okay, now I got to remember how to bring him back to the robot form.
Right.
And there's so much detail in there.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Those like the what they would call Generation X, or what would they call the first gens?
Yeah,
the remakes of the first gen.
Yeah.
Dude, they so live.
He's got you got Megatron, you got Optimus.
Yeah.
And
I have one of the Constructicons. I think it was the bulldozer.
Yeah.
And it's so it's even though it's large, but it's so much detail just to transform them back.
You know which one I always wanted them to redo, man?
Which one?
Jetfire.
Oh.
See, the first Jetfire was off the chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
first Jetfire.
He was Robotech.
That's what I should say. He was basically a Robotech.
Everything about him was Robotech. His armor, everything. He didn't have that armor. He had Robotech armor and guns. He didn't even have the armor that he had on the cartoon. They literally modeled him after
They just took a Robotech toy and rebranded that shit.
Yeah, exactly. They did. And I was so happy they did that.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite trends.
You know what? I found out about they did that with He-Man. He-Man was originally was like some kind of military toy, like a G.I. Joe. Yeah, it was like a G.I. Joe, but they made them and then they didn't sell.
Yeah.
And then they basically had all of these action figures, and they basically just stripped them down, put different hair on them, because the hair was just plastic.
Yeah.
And they put, different little clothes on them.
Yeah.
And that was how they made He-Man. And they basically resold those hoes to us as He-Man toys.
Well, I fell for the bullshit.
Oh, hell yes. But we didn't know no better. Hell, the whole He-Man franchise was just made to sell toys.
Hey,
Transformers too.
Hey man, have you seen the new He-Man figures that they came out with?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I'm a collector.
Right.
Lifelong, will always be.
Yeah.
The new He-Man toys are off the chain. And the one, so a few years ago, they started coming out with He-Man again, right?
Right.
But they were very articulate figures, you know what I'm saying? Sculpt,
lots of joints and stuff,
nice. Yeah. So I started getting back into it then, but I was like, okay, I'm collecting too much. So I gotta pick and choose, so I just started getting like my favorite characters out of that, right? Now, they have some new He-Man figures. And I think they're based off of the He-Man show
the new one on
Netflix, right? And so
second season is actually better than
they're nowhere near sculpted or as nice as the ones I was talking about earlier, because those were easily, man. And this was probably 8 years ago, right?
Okay.
Easily, those were $20, $30 figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're like really collector's items.
Right.
They're dope, man. So now those figures would probably be more like $40, $50 figures now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. So the ones they have now that are like $19.99, these are the ones that they have now. They're They're kind of like the Marvel and DC figures, but they're a little better.
Okay.
A little better, a little nicer. You know what I'm saying? Probably the best.
Little high quality.
Probably the second best He-Man figures I've seen from the beginning.
Okay.
And they're actually pretty dope, man. So I'm finna have to start grabbing the. I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. You know, you get excited for all the new shit, but you be like, fuck, this is more money I'm gonna be spending, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't wait until this shit here blows up.
Yeah, right.
Because
the collection gonna be off the chain.
I'm gonna tell you, the first thing I'm gonna do when the money gets to where it's supposed to be, when it gets there, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm taking a trip to Japan. And I am going to lose my mind. I'm going to spend a lot of money on toys, dog.
I'm coming with you.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I have always wanted to go to Japan.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
We're going to make that happen.
But, man, when you talk about, like, action figures and stuff like that, I don't know if you remember back in the day when Spawn was huge. Like,
yes, I do.
That was the last time I was doing any collecting. I had some Todd McFarlane Spawn figures.
Yeah.
And I had this one that was Spawn, but it was like the night version of Spawn. Yeah. So he had on like the armor, the suit of armor and shit.
Talking about,
man. I had that thing probably for about 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And then got married. It got put into a box somewhere with some of my other stuff. Unbeknownst to me, when my kids were probably about 7 or 8 years old, they come across the box.
Oh, word.
They pull out my action figures.
Yeah.
And they started playing with them.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, all my action figures were broken. All of them.
How did you feel?
Oh, man. At that point, I was like, okay, I can't be mad at you, because if I was a kid and I came across this in a box, looking neglected, of course I'm going to play with it. Right. It's dope. Look at it.
Right.
The dude had armor. He had weapons. He was posable. Right. Everything. So, of course I'm going to play with it. And I had what was the clown from Spawn? Violator.
Yeah.
So in that series, it was it wasn't the night one. I almost bought the night one, but it was the samurai version. Spawn. I had and then the samurai version of the Violator was this dude called damn it, I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. But it was Dojo was his name, and he was this little short, fat dude in like this, bamboo samurai armor and stuff. And so I had a few of those.
What color was the armor?
I want to say, if I remember right, it was like a reddish brown,
burgundy like.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yes,
the character itself had kind of greenish skin.
I remember that, dog.
So, and you come across, as a kid, you come across those in a box somewhere, you not going to play with them?
Oh, I heard something that they're trying to do another Spawn movie and they're trying to get Jamie Foxx.
I read about that too.
Really?
I didn't know Jamie Foxx was a part of it, but I did hear that they were
Now, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would definitely be interesting.
I would love to see that.
I think Jamie Foxx would do well in a role like that.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a good script. The Spawn story can be done well. I mean, even the comic book was a bit over the top back in the day.
Right.
But that was not Rob Liefeld.
Go ahead. I'm gonna say something after that.
But the comic book was done a little bit over the top. But I mean, it was good. Yeah. And if you tried to do that story right, it would take a writer who really can delve into the emotions behind. Right. What caused Spawn to do what he did? Right. You'd have to deal with that, and if you
would. And you know what? To be honest with you, man, if you could find, you're absolutely right. And that is why I would say Jamie Foxx would be perfect if they can get a director,
Yes.
a writer that can do that, because he would bring out that depth.
He could
in
do
that
it.
story. He could do it, man.
He could act the hell out of that
'Cause at
role
first-
if you had the right
That's
script
right.
and the
'Cause
right
before
director.
you said that, I wasn't thinking about that,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, I don't know, man. I know he's a good actor, and he ain't gonna never fuck it up. But I don't know if he's right for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
Jamie
then,
do.
because I was like, man, like at this point, I could see Michael Jai White doing it again, because his acting has gotten better.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
will
I'm
give
saying?
him that. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His acting has gotten better. You know what I'm saying? But if you get somebody to bring that depth to the story,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
100%.
Because Jamie Foxx, especially after seeing him and Ray,
Oh yeah, man.
hands down, he could act that
Yeah,
role.
man.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You dealing with if you're gonna tell a story, then you have to go into the fact that he was a soldier,
Right.
that he was an assassin,
Right.
that he was doing all this
Right.
killing, but he was starting to feel the guilt from that.
Right.
You know, you deal and you actually put those emotions into the script.
Absolutely.
That would be a top-notch movie.
Absolutely.
And with today's special effects,
Yeah, dog.
Ah.
It'll be a wrap.
it'd be a done
wrap.
deal.
Oh,
You know.
Shit, actually, Jamie was actually happy to actually revise his role in the new Spider-Man
Yeah.
as
yeah.
Electro.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
finally, I'm not this blue shit. He's
Right.
like, finally, I can
And
actually.
he could, and he had to be the nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I hope if that's something that's in the works, I hope that comes to fruition, because I would love to see Jamie Foxx play that role. That would be good if it's well written. I think that would be really an awesome movie. And plus, I just like seeing black superheroes. I mean,
Me
come
too,
on,
man.
You know?
See, okay, now I'm gonna take this moment for a shameless plug.
Okay, go for it.
Because it's gonna feed into my point.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, I was in this movie. If y'all haven't checked it out, go to Tubi, or either go to Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
and it's called
Good.
Gutter. All right. So y'all go check it out. I'm in the movie. I'm not gonna give any details, but I'm in the movie. I was blessed to be in the movie, so thank you. So I love acting, right?
Yeah.
And because I smoked before this, I'm forgetting my point. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about
Spawn.
Spawn.
Jamie
And
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx
Jamie
being able to
Foxx.
really act the role.
Yeah.
And you said then you went into Shameless Plug, and
It's on you.
Yeah, and shameless plug, and I don't remember what the point was.
it's all right, brother.
That's okay.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. And see, this is gonna be the point where I'm gonna bring in smoke sessions right above our Hey, but that's what that's what smoke sessions is all
That's
about.
what it's
man.
all about,
Hey,
man.
yeah, man, but I agree with that. I
Yes.
can see Jamie Foxx playing
Oh,
that
yeah.
part if they get somebody that writes that story like that, man. That'd be dope, man.
Jamie
That'd
could
be
play the hell out of that
dope.
part. Especially,
That'd be really dope.
He's a
I'm
talented
not-
actor.
He is.
Comedian, singer.
He's an all around threat, man. That dude got so much talent, it's ridiculous. And he's from Texas, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, all the greats come from Texas.
I know.
Beyonce,
Right.
All
you
Come
know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying? Scarface.
Come on, man. Come
Scarface.
on, man. Hey, dog.
Dirty
Check
Third,
it
baby.
out, man. Yeah. But check it out, man. So, last week, we talked about, like, our favorite movies. We talked about, Marvel, different stuff, all of the titles, the movies, the TV shows, the
Yeah.
episodic, material that they have. And there's no way that we can do the MCU in one episode.
Oh no, we
know what
barely
I'm
scratched
saying?
the surface.
We barely scratched the surface. So I think that should just be a series that we touch on every now and then.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna get into the DCU. So I need you to start watching them.
Alright, man.
So
I'll do it.
the way to get into it is
Okay.
to watch, like I told you, watch the cartoons first.
Okay.
Because the cartoons will get you into it.
Okay.
Right?
No problem.
And then I'm going to tell you one thing. And trust me when I say this. Go to the comic book store. Bedrock, preferably.
If you're used to it.
Sergio. Did he used to work there?
I did.
Let's meet the Sergio.
I did. No, Sergio don't work there. Sergio's just a fan. He like me. He been going there since. Man, I've been going there since I was 17, and I'm 48 years old, dog.
I think you took me to Bedrock the first time I ever went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I take everybody to Bedrock.
Yeah.
But check it out. Okay, go to Bedrock. Green Lantern.
Okay.
Okay, get this story. Matter of fact, I'll just let you borrow mine.
Okay.
But after you read this story, you're gonna go buy your own.
Okay.
See, you love Marvel because Marvel has some great stories. Right?
Yes.
But Marvel was number 2. Remember that, right? They came
started
second.
DC.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
When I tell you that, I was a Marvel fan first.
Right.
Batman was always there. But I didn't know the difference between Marvel and DC. Spider-Man, Batman, they heroes, same shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was little, right? So Batman was one of my favorite characters because my mama would buy me these little everything Batman, like Batman comic books. Remember the little books that used to come with the record?
Yes.
Right? So I had 2 Batmans and 1 Spider-Man. That's how it all started.
Wow.
My mama bought me that shit, and after that I fell in love with Batman. Then I fell in love with Spider-Man, but Batman was just something about him, and it wasn't like the Batman on the TV show, which I still liked back then. You know what I'm saying? But dude, DC has some of the dopest stories, man.
The Batman Who Laughs.
You love good stories because you're the one outside of comic books. You're the one that introduced me to good stories in terms of books. Right? Which I love you for it till this day. Thank you so much, my brother. But, dude, I am trying to introduce you to that level of greatness.
You already know if you say it, I definitely take that seriously because I trust your opinion on quality entertainment, just like you and B both.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all suggest something to me like, hey, you need to watch this,
yes, man,
or you need to read this, I take that seriously because if you tell me that, then I know it's gonna be decent. Yeah. At the very least, I'm gonna look at it and be like, okay, that was pretty good.
Yes, man.
You know.
Yeah.
So
the Batman Who Laughs.
So listen, it's called the Blackest Night.
I'm familiar with the storyline. Okay.
I'm going to bring you the book.
Okay.
Right? I suggest you just delve into it all together because it is a beautiful story, dog.
Okay.
It is so dope and it's so captivating. And it branches off so much shit in the DC universe. It's ridiculous, dog.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. I'm probably not talking about it. Let me tell you. So, just in case you didn't hear what I said, I am explaining to this brother how much that I am recommending the story called The Blackest Night in the DC universe. It's a Green Lantern story.
Yeah.
If you have not, listen, if you like good stories, you need to read it. If you like comic book stories, you have to read it. You are being deprived if you do not read The Blackest Night. That is some amazing comic book work, dog. That's some amazing comic book work, dog. I'm telling you. Oh my God, I'm about to go home and look for it now.
Yeah.
Read it again, dog. That alone made me a Green Lantern fan.
Really?
Because at first, I like Green Lantern, but I was like, he was just another cool
member of the Justice League.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Once I read that, I was like, oh my God.
See, I recently, I didn't know very much about like Green Lantern, say for example.
Yeah.
But I think if you remember on last session, I mentioned the channel Comics Explained.
Yeah.
And watching his channel, Of course, he covers Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
He covers all, comic books.
Yeah.
But he did a video on the Blackest Night.
Yeah.
And talking about the different color rings. I didn't even know they were different colors.
Yeah.
Like I knew about Sinestro because of course he was the villain.
Right.
Yeah,
it's 8 or 9 different.
right. But I didn't know like the blues, the reds,
Yeah.
like the
Right.
reds.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Right.
Like, and so just like watching his video talking about it, I was like, okay, this actually seems like
Right.
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested.
The average person only knows about 2,
yeah,
the green and the yellow,
because
because they're opposite.
that's such a main
Right.
villain. Yeah,
exactly. And the fact that the main villain that is the leader of the Yellow Lantern Corps
used to be a green.
used to be a Green Lantern who trained the most outstanding Green Lantern, who was Hal Jordan.
Right.
Right. And Sinestro used to be his teacher, and now he's the leader of the Yellow Lantern. You know what I'm saying? But then
Explain what the yellow is, as far as because I know they're based off
yeah.
emotions.
So
and stuff
so
like
each one of the colors is based off a different
Different.
human emotion.
Yeah.
And so the Yellow Lantern Corps, they get their power from fear. And the Green Lantern Corps gets their power from what is it, Bobby?
that. Not hope.
It's
but
not hope.
it's
It's
will, isn't it?
will.
will.
Yeah.
Will. Yeah. So it's not an emotion then, but it's
Kinda.
something. Yeah. So, okay. So
Because
willpower is the Green Lanterns. That's where they get their power from.
yeah,
Then you have the Red Lanterns. They
That-
get their power from anger, like
rage.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Rage. Yeah. You know
But
what
doesn't
I'm saying?
it like it does something to them having those red rings, doesn't it? Because it like replaces their heart or something like that.
Well, I don't remember anything exactly like that, but
Not
it does
exactly.
make them more. It brings your aggression out more than you would be normally.
Okay. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm curious now.
Yeah, yeah. Find that out because now I'm curious too. But yeah, man, you got the Orange Lanterns.
White.
Who
black.
and the leader of the Orange Lanterns? His name is he's such a that dude is crazy. His name is Lee. What is it?
You got me on that.
Least. It'll come to me, man. I can't think of it, but he's probably one of the most entertaining. That dude is crazy. He is really crazy. He's crazy. And you have white lanterns, you have blue lanterns, you have black lanterns.
Mhm.
They get their power from death. They're the dead that returned, that came back from the dead, and they all have black lantern powers. It's a trip, man.
Yeah, the
It's a
Lantern
lot of-
Corps is huge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And Hal Jordan's girlfriend is a part of she's a part of one of the corps. She gets a ring later on. But it's like a pink color, but it's not pink. I can't think of what it is right now, but she has that ring. And that's a whole separate story between her and Hal Jordan. That's man, listen, The Darkest Night, that is one of the best stories in comic bookdom.
Damn. Okay.
That I have
Now that's
read.
extremely high praise.
See, I think that story, there was another DC story
Mhm.
where Batman found a killer by examining a person's brain and found tiny footprints on the brain
I know you're talking.
of the victim.
Tiny footprints.
Right.
Wow. Okay. What the fuck?
So the body was burned in order to make it look like that's what killed the person. But Batman is so intelligent, and this is why they call him the greatest detective.
Right.
It's because he looked at all of the variables and was basically like, nah, this ain't adding up. So he started examining the body. He got to the brain. He examined the brain. He saw tiny footprints. And from those tiny footprints, he figured out who the killer was.
Okay.
Wasn't Batman one of?
Beautiful story, Jonathan.
Wasn't Batman just figuring out?
Don't paying attention.
Just punching someone, he can tell your emotions or what you're going through just by punching you.
You know what
Okay,
I'm
you got
telling
this
you?
else thing
Because
going on.
DC's stories are so good. I would not be surprised if you called me back and was like, okay, dog, I still love Marvel. But DC, man, I don't know. It might be my favorite now.
And I'm not opposed.
Yeah, I know you're not.
But
That's why I'm trying
it just has never been one of those things
Yeah.
that just made me wanna just run out and be like, okay, I want to buy some DC comics now.
Yeah.
So, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, DC when it comes to stories,
DC.
I'm gonna have to give it to DC when
Yeah,
it comes to
man.
stories
Yeah.
over Marvel.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Okay.
And Marvel got some doozies, boy.
Oh yeah.
Especially like Genosha.
Oh.
Ooh, that was
What
one
they-
of my favorite
Have
stories.
you seen any of what they've done with that now?
They got a remake of the Genosha. The
Well,
A remake of the
not necessarily a remake, but
it
as
came
far
out
as like
different
as
way.
far as like the mutants getting their own land
word.
and like the mutates and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the mutants got their own, like literally their own nation now.
No shit.
And like the world is having to fucking deal with that shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta tap
like I
in.
said, watching that dude
I
Comics
gotta tap
Explain,
in.
I
Yeah.
was catching up on some of the things that have been happening recently.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta tap back in.
Oh man, when I'm telling you, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Oh man, I can't think of one. It was one of the mutants. I can't think of who it was, but like one mutant has basically become like a landmass,
Yeah.
and he is sentient and still alive,
Okay.
and so like he is part of their like country.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
living
Wow.
continent, basically.
So yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised because they got planets, they got, moons that are alive, they got, so
It's crazy though.
streets on, what is it? It's a DC thing, so you might not have watched it.
Okay.
But it's, Bobby, help me out. It's a DC thing. Oh my God. What is the name of it?
Describe it.
Give me a second. Cyborg is one of them. Hold on. I gotta look this up, y'all. I gotta look this up.
Hey,
real
Google
quick.
to the rescue, man.
Until then, remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, man. Yes. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Cyborg is one of the heroes. There's another one. There's a chick. She used to be an actress, and she ended up falling off of this pier. And when she fell off of this pier, she died in the water. She died in the water, and something happened in the water that interacted with her body,
Mhm.
and it changed her. So now she has the power to turn into like this big blob substance. Right?
Okay.
At first she couldn't even control it. You know what I'm saying? So when she gets emotional, like she's a pretty actress. She's older, but she's a pretty actress, and she has this thing about herself, like, I used to be an actress and I'm grand,
Right.
but now I'm nothing, and I'm trying to not feel that way, and all that type of shit. But
Almost
whenever
like
she
fake
gets
face.
emotional, her powers start reacting and her body just starts like melting. You know what I'm saying? Until
Oh,
she
that's
learns
messed
how-
up.
Right, until she learns how to control it, which was a long time.
Right.
So
Almost like
then you have
Clayface.
another dude who he was an Air Force pilot, I believe. Well, he's in the military. I think he was an Air Force pilot, and he had a boyfriend. So at the time when all of that was happening, nobody was trying to hear that shit. I think it was like in the 50s or 60s or
Oh
whatever
wow. Okay.
when it happened to him, and he ended up crashing in his plane, and something happened where he crashed, and he got infused with electricity. So there's this creature that's pure electricity that has melded with his being.
Okay.
And so he has to like wear bandages over his whole body in order to hold the form. But that creature inside of him, it's him, but it's not him, right? It's two separate beings, but they're the same being.
Merged.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it can come out of him. And when it comes out of him, his natural body just collapses. It does nothing. It's lifeless. It's limp. And then that little energy thing goes off and does whatever, whether they're in the middle of a fight or it's just doing whatever you want to do, whatever the case is. Then you have another chick who is the most powerful one out of them, and she has like, man, she has these multiple personalities.
Okay.
Right? But it's extreme. It's like 60, 70 some different people or some shit like that. It's a huge number like that, right?
Okay.
And they all have different powers.
Damn, that's crazy.
Right. They all have different powers. And so she's kind of loony. Right?
You think?
Right. And then you have this one guy who was a NASCAR driver, right?
Okay.
He crashes and he's about to die. So the man who put this team together, he finds him and he saves his head, and he builds a robot body around his head. And now this dude is him with the robot body. And he's an asshole. He likes to curse a lot. You know, he's not the smartest motherfucker on earth and all of that. But he has a sense of like family.
Okay.
And shit like, but only when it's needed.
He has his own like kind of personal code of honor
Yeah,
kind of situation.
yeah. It's like most of the time he like fuck everybody.
Right.
But when he needed, he like, oh, fuck it, come on. You
Yeah.
know, that type of shit. You know
Okay, I got you.
Then you have who else do they have? Man, what? Doom Patrol. That's the name of it. I knew it was gonna come to me.
That was on here.
Oh, it was on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Doom Patrol. That's the name of it. Y'all need to check that out, man.
Alright.
Doom Patrol is dope. Yes.
Yeah.
Another one that's really dope. This is all live action shit.
Okay.
Nightwing. Yes, the Titans.
The Titans.
Bro.
I actually had saw that one on
Gotta check it
HBO, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to check that out because the little
Yeah.
cover art or whatever you want to say, it seemed kind of dope because it was like the Teen Titans, of course, but it's like a darker. At least I got that sense of a darker version of it.
So now you know why I like
that.
it.
Yeah.
So now you know why I like it. 'Cause that's the shit I love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not made for kids.
Definitely.
It's not made for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's dope, man. It's really dope.
Cool.
The only thing I didn't like about it was their portrayal of Bruce Wayne.
Really? Okay.
Because you nobody can get Batman because the family is not having it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if it's not a big movie that they agree to, it's not happening. That's why when you get all of these little TV shows from DC spinoffs that have anything to do with Batman, they never actually show Batman because they'll get sued. They can show Bruce Wayne all day, but they can't show Batman.
Wow.
Because the family not having it, which is smart. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? They got it's one of the biggest characters on the planet.
You're not finna just put him in a TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So but that's the Bruce Wayne that they had on there, dog. So he was they showed him when he's older, like maybe in his 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
He's not feeble, you know what I'm saying, at all, but he's tall and skinny, right? And I'm like, and his attitude, like, he just didn't fit Bruce Wayne to me.
Okay.
At all. Like, nothing about him said Bruce Wayne to me. You know, there was a few little episodes where he might have said some shit or did something, and he's like, okay, that was Bruce Wayne, but overall, he just wasn't doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of that, man, the show is dope.
Okay.
It's really dope, man.
Okay.
It's really
You know,
dope.
one show
I
I'm
got
actually
some
waiting
DC homework to do.
I'm waiting for season 2.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yes.
Oh.
That surprised the
You know
hell
what?
out of me.
Dude,
See, okay.
Invincible, The Boys,
Oh yes.
and Jupiter's Legacy. Those 3 shows, I fell in love with all
I
of them.
started watching Jupiter's Legacy, but I didn't finish it. I only got the first episode.
I know, and it didn't catch you, right?
Right.
No,
Keep
finish
going.
Okay.
it. Finish it.
Because I had to do the same thing. I
It's
watched
worth
it the first time and I was like, man, this shit look like
Bullshit.
this might gonna be corny, dog.
To me, it seemed kind of like a knockoff Invincible.
Right, but no.
Okay.
It has a whole
It
different
started off-
story.
it starts off slow, but-
hey man, it's good. It's really good.
But Invincible?
I'm
Yes.
waiting for that shit.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That
yes.
That
yes.
show, man.
The way they ended that shit off,
Ooh.
I'm like, wow, dude, did you just use your son as a meat shield
Right,
through a
dog.
fucking
Dude.
subway?
I'm like, that was the most rawest thing I have ever seen,
Ever.
whether live action or animated. That was
Ever,
just
dog.
cold.
Ever, dog.
Just to hold that dude up to that train and just go. His body is splitting people in half.
Him trying to stop himself, just kill him. I'm like, wow. And then not even the
man.
first episode, at the end of that
man.
episode, I'm like,
Say, bro.
did they just do that?
And listen, and that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
let's
what
talk
made
about the Boys.
Man, I
The
started.
Boys was that, but real life.
Yeah, live action. That was man. That whole thing with the one dude. I forgot his name with the gills.
Oh yeah.
Dog, that was so gross.
Yeah, dog.
Dude, that was the grossest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, dog.
When that chick made that, she was like grabbing my. Oh, I was like, no. Like it. Watching that, I sat there and felt like
You cringe.
like it was. You know, like somebody threatening to punch you in the balls.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
they don't actually
Yeah.
do it, but they just
But
threatening
right,
to
and
do
you
it.
be like, "Ooh." Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you can't block or nothing. You just gotta sit. Like if they do it, you just gotta sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Like it was that kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no man, and like the what was your boy their big bad on what's his name? Damn it. We are the worst.
I know.
We smoke too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's, he talking about y'all smoke. Nigga, the only reason you not smoking is because you trying to get a job.
Don't front, nigga.
You started everybody.
I ain't do nothing. Don't never tell you lies.
It's all your fault.
Don't tell
The
me lies.
Homelander.
Yes, the Homelander.
Okay.
Yeah.
That dude,
Hey, man.
like the guy that they have playing that role, his name Anthony Starr. That dude, he plays crazy
Yeah.
just a little too
good,
well.
dog.
It's
Too
like,
good, that's right.
okay, you
Yeah.
something ain't right about you,
Right,
dude.
dog.
And you
Right.
can't convince me otherwise.
Right.
There is no way you could play crazy that well and not be a little off yourself. You know, because damn, dude.
Dude, I just recently saw one of these things. You know how they have these things where they have battles between like the most powerful people and shit, right?
Mhm.
So they showed Superman, Homelander, what's Invincible's daddy name?
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man, and One Punch Man.
I saw
Okay.
that too. I
You
saw
saw that too? Okay.
One Punch Man just.
One Punch Man, he won, right?
Okay.
He's just a joke character, but still.
But the way he won made it seem like his power level is so far beyond everybody else I just mentioned. Like, when I look at everything, I would think that the end result, it'll be Superman against One Punch Man, from the way that they portray him, as powerfully as.
Right.
I don't know a lot about One Punch Man, but what I do know is that they put a lot of emphasis on he's like one of the strongest characters ever, right? So,
and the stupid part about like the explanation for his powers.
What? I don't know.
Okay, the explanation for his powers. What was it? It was
100 like push-ups,
100 sit-ups,
100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run
every day,
single day for 3 years.
And that made him that strong.
With One Punch Man,
I didn't know that.
and the thing
So
is,
now, I'm not gonna front. I'm a little mad. Just like
but the writer,
I'm a little mad.
but the writer who did One Punch Man, instead of going through the show, seeing how he reached this level, they started it when he's already at this peak where it's like he's so powerful. There's nothing that can challenge him. So the world is just pretty much just boring to him. He's like, I just defeated this power thing, just one punch.
One of his things that he says constantly through the show, he's like, I'm just a guy that's being a superhero for fun.
Yeah.
Because he can stop anything. But that's the thing. The character itself is created as a joke.
Yeah.
It's talking about, it's a commentary
Superman,
on how
it's
overpowerful,
Superman.
how super powerful some of these
Omni-Man.
characters can be. So it's that, and it's just they just took it to an extreme.
And he starts off at the top in the beginning of his show.
But so in their world, see, and this is my suspicion about that show. In their world, you have other superheroes, people with these awesome abilities that can do crazy stuff. I think he did that training. He just already had a power, and he didn't realize it, or maybe that woke it up some kind of way.
Yeah.
But
because that's why I was like, I'm a little mad. Because you can get a human being to do that.
No, you can't. You cannot do that. Every single day, no, you will tear your body apart. That's physically not possible.
Well, I mean, I think if you gradually work your way up to it,
it's just strength training.
And I'm saying that
because it would be endurance training too. That running, that kind of
see, you might not be able to do it. You might not be able to do it every single day in the beginning, but think about it. If you do it consistently enough to where you get to the point to where 100 of this, 100 of that, 100 of that is nothing to you, then you can do that every day, and it won't tear your body apart because you know how to. I mean.
But it's not going to make you Superman level strong.
But it's not going to make you, no matter how much you do that.
No matter how consistent you are, you're not going to be.
That's the whole joke about it.
Right.
Like, even when he tells everybody, this is what I did, they're like, that's just fucking endurance and strength training.
He gets a, like, there's this dude who's like a cyborg, right?
Yeah.
And, like, they've wound up fighting the same monster. And he almost gets killed, by this monster. And then One Punch comes in and not take him out.
Right.
Okay. So then he's like, dude, please teach me how to be a hero like you. Like, I want to learn from you. And he's like, tell me, how did you get so powerful?
Yeah.
And when he explains it, he's like you hear in his thoughts, he's like, he's lying.
That's bullshit.
He's not telling me the truth. He don't want to reveal to me his secret yet.
Right.
Because he's like, I can't believe this.
And then the way they start the show off is he's just this failed. He's always trying to get a job and losing jobs. He's just this dude, and he met this child that was being chased by this crab dude in his drawers. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the very first episode. And he ended up just, getting his ass whooped, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna train to him. I just want to be a hero now. And then from there, it starts off with the show.
There's this ninja. Wow. There's this ninja dude in the show whose ability he's like super speed. Sonic
Ninja.
Sonic Ninja. Like, he's super fast, and he wears this like like black like costume, right? And part of the thing that they do throughout the whole show is like they'll show him from these weird angles. It's a dude.
Yeah.
They'll show him from these weird angles where his suit will be like shiny and making his ass look real nice. And so like you'll get a zoomed in shot on just an ass and you'll be like, oh, that's a nice ass. And then the camera backs out and it's Sonic. You'll be like, oh. Like, why y'all do that?
Okay, God, that's retarded.
But the show is hilarious, man. When I'm telling you, it's good comedy. It's good comedy.
It was written well.
If you can take a joke, look at you look at all the cliches and the stereotypes about
Superman,
superheroes
Goku,
and these super powerful beings and stuff. It's really a funny take on all of that. Because if you ever watched, it's kind of like the world like My Hero Academia exists in, because where you just have all these people with these superpowers, you know. It's that kind of world. So you have like these crazy monsters that just come up out of nowhere, you know. Beings bust up out from underground and be like, oh, I'm the king of, you know, underground world or some shit, and next thing you know, here come One Punch Man. It's so over the top that you can't help but laugh.
And then he's always pissed off when he finishes opponent in just one punch. He's like, I want a challenge.
He tries to make the fights take longer. Yeah. Like he
wants a challenge.
Right. He's like, I know if I really hit you as hard as I can hit, you just gonna basically turn.
And see,
dust.
that's what killed me, because like in the fight that I saw, like of course Homelander is talking buku shit.
Of course, he's
being an asshole. And One Punch Man like comes through and they get ready to go at each other. One Punch Man just like punches straight through his chest and he's dead.
Normal punch.
But that's One Punch Man.
You're like, dude, you just talk all this shit.
All right, before we end, I gotta give one that I did like. It was One Punch Man versus the Hulk.
How did that go?
It actually came out to a One Punch Man did kind of win, but it did come out to a stalemate.
Say what?
Because Hulk, you know,
the stronger you get, right?
And he actually broke One Punch Man's hand.
No shit.
Yeah, he actually broke his, grabbed it and just pounded on his shit and broke his shit. And One Punch Man had to result this, he was getting his ass handed to him. Had to result using that broken arm to launch the Hulk into, trying to launch him to outer space.
Yeah.
But the Hulk say fuck that and did a thunderclap to come back down as the fucking green fucking meteor is about to obliterate the entire planet.
Oh shit!
But it came down to One Punch Man. Oh shit! I gotta protect the city, even though the city was fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
So he launched it himself up. So they met head on, knocked the Hulk out of the Hulk stage back to Banner.
Oh shit!
But even though they were both fucked up, Banner was like, the Hulk is coming back. I can't stop him. Please kill me. Whoever you are, please kill me before I can't hold him back no more. Yeah. So One Punch Man, he thought he was a monster. He was like, no, you're human. So he just launched his ass from the city all the way to the Arctic. Just to finish the fight. He was like, and then One Punch Man walking off holding his arm. He was like, we'll continue this again, Green Man.
Yeah.
But the Hulk, I'm like, wow.
That says a lot about the Hulk, man, because, when you think about the strongest superhero of all, one of the first people you always think about is Superman. Right? When you see fights that they make between Superman and Hulk,
all right, 2 minutes, gentlemen.
Superman normally wins those fights.
Yes.
But it's always by a hair, just like the shit that happened to One Punch Man. Now, imagine what I'm saying. If these superheroes, One Punch Man, Superman, the greatest, the strongest of all, and they come across the Hulk, and the Hulk is the one character that makes them have to give their 100% all to win. It says a lot about Hulk, man.
Yeah. And
they never kill him.
No.
They just knock him out.
That's about the best you can hope for.
Because imagine, there's no level to his anger.
Right.
So if you don't knock him out at that point, he's gonna get more angry.
And did, like, in the current version of,
1 minute, gentlemen. I
oh,
gotta cut.
well, I'm not even finna go down there. There's a
Oh
whole,
man! So hold on, before we end up,
What's that?
we gotta do this. We can't keep putting this off, man. So
What we gonna
Moonchild and RJ Payne.
What we gonna do?
Let's get into it real quick.
What we gonna do?
All right.
we did a synopsis already. You want to do the synopsis again?
So,
Go for it.
when you listen to him,
Mhm.
right? When you listen to RJ Payne, tell me your experience.
When I listened to it, I was like, okay, this is a lyricist album.
Yeah.
You know, this is an album that the beats are stripped down, you know, minimalist, because it to me it seems like he puts his voice at the front, and
Right.
for the type of lyrics he's spitting, and the dude is spitting fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to give it to him. He definitely one of the, like, that mic probably smoking when he put it down.
Yeah.
But the beats are really like stripped down, and I don't want to say basic. It's not basic, but it's direct
Right. To put the emphasis
on those
on the
lyrics. But your boy is cold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was definitely. You gotta respect the lyrics no matter what. I didn't feel the music as much.
Yeah.
But lyrically, oh, your boy is
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, he's nice, man. He's nice. So, what I wanted you to do was listen to that album and then listen to some of his other albums, right?
Yeah.
Or just a few songs from him, because the musical take the type of tracks that he used are different on the last album.
Okay.
So the last album, the tracks are a lot more. If you notice, they're like real melodic.
Yeah.
You know, they got a lot of, melodic shit to them. Normally, do you know who Griselda is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard Benny the Butcher and you heard all of them, right? So those type of tracks, that's normally the type of shit that you hear him rhyme with.
Okay. Okay.
That type of shit. He actually used to be with them.
Oh, okay.
You know, for
Okay.
a little while, right? So when you listen to that, and then you listen to the type of tracks that he had on that last album, it was a switch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
so
he-
that's what you was talking
that's
about.
what I was
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about.
I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember
Yeah.
you saying that last
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it was definitely highlighting his lyricism, and if you're a fan of real lyricists when it comes to hip hop,
The art of rapping, man. The
check
art
out
of
check
rhyming.
that out. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It in my opinion, it's not gonna be one that you might just bump for the fun of it. But when you really want to hear some lyrics, and you really interested in seeing somebody do the art of emceeing,
Right.
that's the kind of stuff you want to listen
Right.
to for sure.
Facts. Now, Moonchild.
Okay,
So,
what'd you think?
I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved it. Yeah, good music is good
the
music.
music. All right.
So, that album actually came out in 2017.
Yeah.
So I was thinking when you said like, an album they released, I'm thinking like,
Oh, you thought it was like the newest?
Yeah. So they got 2 albums after that.
After that,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, I'm listening to those now.
Oh yeah.
But man, I gotta say, when I listened to that album, man, I loved it, and I'm listening to it, and I'm doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about the music is you can do anything to it.
Yes.
You can clean up to it. You can sleep to it. You can fuck to it.
Yes.
You can de-stress to it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can drive to it and just what
It's
I'm saying?
good.
It's a vibe.
It's good background,
Right.
vibe music.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm listening to it, and sometimes I'm hearing Jill Scott, and sometimes I'm hearing Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then other times you're just hearing Moonchild. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the point. It's
We time.
they can they can kind of fit into any little category
man,
that you might need them
That's
to.
right.
But that music is so easy. It's so laid back.
It is, man.
You can literally do it. And see, and when you said you can fuck to it, yes.
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 Definitely good
Yes,
background music
most
for that.
definitely,
Because
dog.
if you just trying to enjoy what you're doing and no distractions, that'll block out
man.
all the noise.
All of it.
You
For
know
real,
what I'm saying?
man.
So
Good music, man.
check it out.
So good pick, my
Moonchild, Voyager, and R.J. Payne.
Yeah, man.
What was the name of the album?
Beautiful Pain.
Beautiful Pain.
Part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So check them out,
Pain,
y'all.
Part 4.
All right. So now we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes. Now we're gonna wrap it up, dog.
All
We
right.
had to because we've been pushing that off for a
Okay.
minute. All right.
I think we've done them justice this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most
We
definitely.
can always revisit.
No, we good with them. You know,
All
unless
right.
they put out some more shit. We good.
Oh, we definitely gonna talk about music more.
Most definitely.
But all right. Thank you for checking out the Smoke Session with us. Episode. I'm doing like you
I know, right?
Smoke Session number 3. Want to give a shout out.
Is it 3 or 4?
This is 3.
3?
No, this should be 4.
Yeah, it's episode 4.
Because we did one Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
It's
too.
Wednesday,
That's
baby.
crazy.
That's a good week.
So, right.
Yeah, you
right.
Y'all want to
This
try some of the
episode.
CBD and shit?
we want some real stuff. This is episode.
Smoke Session
This
4.
is Smoke Session 4.
Free time.
You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying? And we hope y'all enjoy it, man. And we're gonna have, once we get enough of y'all tapped in, we're gonna start having some live sessions like Mondays and Wednesdays, so we can call in and have conversations about these Marvel movies and these DC movies and these, music and all of this stuff. And we are going to tap into battle rap because I'm about to get my boy into it. And once he get into it and he see what it is, we're gonna have some real good conversation.
Okay.
Some verses too, and some verses.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
I'm into those verses now.
The verses
What
is
about
dope
that merch
too.
though?
Most definitely. Yes, and please, y'all. That's one thing we never do on this episode yet.
Yeah, I know.
Go to the website www.
The
THA dailysmoke.com. Go there. Everything Daily Smoke, you can get there from there. It doesn't matter what the social media is, you can click the link. If you want to go to our YouTube page where everything is posted at, you can go straight there. All you gotta do is hit that watch button. You know
And it
what I'm
also
saying?
has the link for our merch shop. So if you want to
Yes.
get some hoodies, some cups, some mugs, all of those type of things, check it out on our website, man. www.tha.dailysmoke.com.
Absolutely. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. We appreciate everybody that's been following us so far, man. We love y'all. We're going to keep bringing y'all good content.
Yo, before you go,
Always,
go
yo.
on our drive.
Oh, yes. Please. We are we are actively having a fundraiser for, what's the name of it?
Stand for the Silent.
Stand for the Silent.
Oh,
Okay? And what that is, that's this organization who they're standing up for kids that have been bullied.
Killed themselves.
Yeah, because the founder and the owner, if I'm not mistaken, of the foundation, their kid actually committed suicide due to bullying, and so we gotta put a stop to that, man. We gotta help, man. So what we're doing is we're trying to raise money from the Daily Smoke and everybody that follows us. Even if you don't follow us and this is the first time you've seen this, please, man, donate to these people. It don't matter if it's $1 or $100. Just donate something, man, because we gotta help these
Send it
kids.
to us so we can give
We'll
them
send it to
on the
them
21st.
definitely.
And we'll put links down to everything in the description of the video.
Right.
So hopefully, if you feel so generous, please bless us, and we hope to bless them with the help that we can, provide.
Right. We probably gonna put the link like right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's right here, somewhere it's gonna be in there. So we're gonna do it. But y'all please make sure that y'all go to the website, and from the website go to YouTube, like, share, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. We got content for y'all from Monday through Thursday. And Fridays, we're going to be putting stuff up. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be an episode, but it's going to always be something. So Monday through Friday, y'all going to get stuff from the Daily Smoke, man.
This week got 114?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff to go see if this your first time here.
Exactly, man.
114
So,
videos out
so
there.
listen, man, y'all tap in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for being here. Like, share, and subscribe. Pass the word, man. And I'm your boy Big Ruck.
Brother Jam.
Brother Los.
Your boy Bishop.
That's Bobby Blackhand.
The
Blind
cameraman.
The blind cameraman. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we are the Daily Smoke. Smoke Sessions. We are out. Oh, no more. So now we out. That was like I was making y'all pay attention.